Welcome to r/Tales from Tech Support, where we get to have a little chuckle at the technologically disadvantaged. Like me. I'm Uncle Reddit, and have I got a story for you. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I think I'm finally back on schedule now. Friday, video, yep, we're good. So today we got Dime hanging out with us. He's ready for his after dinner nap, and we're ready for some stories. Help, new TV can't find Fox News. I perform primarily PC repair, troubleshooting, and maintenance for residential and business clients. Most of my appointments are booked by someone else, so I'm used to going in blind. Me, what can I help you with today? Resident, I can't seem to get the cable box to work on my kitchen TV. It worked on the other day, but I don't like the Fire TV. Me, I immediately notice the cable box is off. I turn it on with the front button that is not identified unless you've already pushed it. Thanks, Verizon. This is a Fire TV. Do you have an Amazon account? Resident, spends 20 minutes looking for the password. Me, I use the waiting time to have a conversation with the husband. In the future, you can avoid paying for an appointment with me by calling Verizon Tech Support since you pay them for service instead of watching me call them. Resident, you don't work for Verizon? Me, nope, points to the logo on my shirt. So you work for the local Verizon competitor? No, I'm pretty service agnostic. After getting the password, I do a channel scan, realize it's plugged in via HDMI, so I need to switch the inputs. Resident, want some coffee? Cream, no sugar, thanks. Me, do you have a remote from Verizon? Resident, oh yeah, right here. The remote doesn't work. Oh, it's a backwards AAA. Good news, I don't have to call the Verizon tech. It was bad batteries, and I demonstrate switching inputs. Wife looks at husband. Do we still have the old TV? Yeah, there's been a few times in my life I felt that way too. I get into something and I have no idea what I'm doing, but I try, then realize I'd kind of rather have the old, whatever, you name it, TV. Used to be computers, but anymore, I kind of got better with that. Cars, for sure. I just think it's funny that the people wouldn't investigate for themselves to look for a power button, check the batteries in the remote, things like that. I don't know. Please don't do that. So we had some onboardings yesterday. Girl came in, maybe mid-20s. I handed her her new notebook, explained the ticket system, and welcomed her. We just had to change her password from the default one. She asks me, could you hand me a piece of paper so I can write down my password? I stand there for a moment trying to comprehend that. Then I snap out of it. Me, well, please don't do that. Her, but I'll forget it otherwise. Me, you can have it reset in that case. Her, no, it's okay, I can remember it. And that was it, or so I thought. Within the hour, I got a ticket to reset the password. Turns out she couldn't actually remember. I can sort of understand where the lady's coming from. I mean, I don't write them down, but like I have a password app in my phone that helps me keep them straight. Most of them I can remember in my head, but you know, as you get older, sometimes the memories tend to blend together while others disappear. But there should have been some kind of way for her to, you know, be able to get it set up and have a cheat sheet or some kind of app or something to help her along until she could remember it. But of course, I don't know if she was making the password or if you guys were making the password and giving it to her. If you guys are making it, then you definitely got to give her a hand, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? Ghost hacker? This one's an email submission from Mongo Only Pawn. When I first started at my current job, a ticket was put in from one of the known Luddites. Very sweet older lady who maybe should have backed away from computers. Her ticket stated that she was afraid she'd been hacked. Being in IT, we're familiar with certain people who think every computer issue is because they've been hacked, which is why I didn't immediately commandeer the computer, pull the power plug, and remove it from her desk and from our network. I get to her desk and she tells me she's afraid her network login has been hacked. I walk her through changing her password and I scan her computer for malicious files. Before I go to the next steps, I think I should ask her a few questions about why she thinks she may have been hacked. She said it's because her Facebook looks like it has been hacked. I said okay, and I thought, she must have accessed Facebook on her work computer. And while it was being controlled, the person might have gotten access to her work computer. I asked her if she changed her password on Facebook, and she did that while I was there. I said, what makes you think your work computer was hacked? I don't see anything that would lead me to believe that. Your mouse doesn't move on its own, file sharing's turned off, and we haven't seen any breaches through our firewall or network monitoring of non-sanctioned logins. Her reply was the stuff of IT nightmares. Oh, I use the same password for everything. I use my Facebook password for my work login and for my banks and Amazon and everything else I do online. Oh my God. I almost facepalmed right there at her desk. Well, that's not a good idea. I gotta say, I am a creature of habit, and I do get bad about certain things being the same password, or sometimes just a varied pattern of a certain password. But I definitely try to break out things between Facebook and banking, or anything that's got my credit card information, anything to do with money, personal information. I try to keep them split off so that, yeah, just in case. Like I mentioned before, there's a good app for that. Works better when plugged in. Happened a couple months ago. Went to a client site to fix issue with wireless network and realized that the printer in one of the departments was unplugged from the network. I fixed it. One of the staff members, who I shall call Jane, thanked me, saying it was down for a while and now she can finally print. A few weeks later, I get an email from Jane saying the department can't print anymore. I checked the printer, realized there was an IP conflict, and fixed her issue. A few days later, Jane's department manager, who I shall call Karen, sends an email saying that staff can't print and the printer's always having issues and they want a new printer. I respond letting her know the previous issue was that the network cable was unplugged, and the second time was an IP conflict and nothing's wrong with the printer, but I'll look into it. Contacted the staff to see what the issue was. Printer wasn't installed on the laptop. Installed. Now they can print. 1 month later, Jane emails that they can't print because it's low on toner. My company sent the toner to them. 1 month later, Jane sends an email again that they can't print. Then Karen emails saying this is always happening with that printer. It's not working and demands it be replaced with a new one, and says, and how my company is only patching a broken printer that needs to be replaced. I again explain that nothing is wrong with the printer and again point out why they couldn't print with the past issues. I again look into it. Apparently the printer's out of ink and no one installed the new toner that we sent them a month ago. I had one of their staff do it and the printer was operational again. A few weeks pass by and Jane sends emails to Karen telling her they can't print. Karen sends emails demanding the printer be replaced and that it constantly is breaking down. I pulled out my previous email chain with the past issue and resolution, forwarded that letter to her knowing nothing is wrong with the printer. I called to speak with Jane but was informed no one was in at the moment in that department. I decided I'll try back later. Another manager at Karen Company, who I shall call Karina, emailed my boss agreeing with Karen, demanding the printer be replaced and that this was an ongoing issue. I replied to the email letting Karina and my boss know that I tried reaching Jane or anyone in the department but no one was available. Also included my previous email chain showing nothing was ever wrong with the printer. At some point during the day, my company sent a copier tech to check the printer. Tech sent his update to one of our sales reps, who then emailed Karen and Karina letting them know the problem was fixed, but forgot to remove the attachment pic of copier tech ticket. I read the notes in the pic and I quote, "Nothing is wrong with the printer. It works fine, but works even better when plugged into the power outlet." So people are unplugging wires, probably shifting things around, ignoring the toner levels, and just basically expecting it to always work no matter what. Or playing the it's not my job game, whatever, and then blaming this company because they're having printer issues. Amazing. No, Karen, you have to go to cybersecurity for a password reset. Yes, I'm sure. No, you're not going to get me fired, Karen. So at Stupid Industries LLC, we have an IT department and a cybersecurity department. These two departments both have admin access to the entire system and network, but cybersecurity falls under the security department, and whereas we handle IT issues not related to security. One of the many things that cybersecurity handles is password recovery and password resets. Namely, if you forget your password, you have to march yourself down to cybersecurity's office and face them in person to get your password reset. The upside to this is that any issue related to passwords isn't my problem. Yesterday I'm in the Batcave supervising the IT interns and running the help desk. I get a phone call. IT department, how can we help you? This is Karen, assistant VP of the bean counting department. Well, how can we help you, Karen? I ask. Your stupid system isn't taking my password. Okay, Karen, can you have an office neighbor take 5 seconds and try to log themselves into your computer to see if there's a problem with the computer? I patiently wait for the Banshee to strong-arm someone into doing it. He got logged in just fine. It's just me. Well, Karen, I think you're going to have to walk down to cybersecurity to get your password reset, I explain. But I already called you. Why can't you do it for me? She shrieks. I swear I can hear her across the building. I'm sorry, Karen. Cybersecurity handles password recovery. Don't forget to take your company ID when you walk down to cybersecurity. At Moron Corp, the IT department handled password recovery over the phone. Why can't you do it? Well, Karen, here at Stupid Industries, only cybersecurity can recover passwords. But they said they would write me up if I came in another time to get a new password. Can you please do it for me? Well, Karen, I don't know what to say, but you're just going to have to go down to cybersecurity. I'll have your job for this, you pimple-faced nerd. She proceeded to use some naughty words before hanging up on me. I wrote it up as a ticket in the ticket system and closed the ticket out, making notes of the time she called in and her abusive language. That afternoon, my boss calls me into his office. Got a call from HR. You have a complaint, Danakius. Am I saying that right? Karen in the Bean County Department, I ask. Why, yes. Care to explain yourself? Troubleshot her issue. Referred her to cybersecurity for a password reset. Wrote up the ticket, number 220224439. I say, reading it off the notepad in my pocket. Uh-huh, he mutters. He looks it up on the computer. Okay, let's listen to the call log. 7 to 8 minutes later, we're having a laugh about it, and he emails the head of the Bean County Department the call log from the IT line. We also had a call into HR about her abusive language over the phone. Moral of the story? Call logs are your friend. So another one with bad memory and password issues. Awesome. And on top of that, she's a VP who has no idea how company policy works. That's awesome. Hey, if you want more stories like these, go ahead and click this video here on the screen. I think you're going to enjoy these too. See ya.